Well, as one Matthew McConaughey would say, all right, all right, all right. I quit my job effective yesterday. I did give them a 6 week notice. I'm not that inconsiderate, but I want to teach you how I got there to this day and my journey. I break up my real estate investing in four different buckets. I want to share those at a high level today, and I'll dig into those as we go throughout this journey together. I had a concrete business for 4 years, done over 250 new construction homes, uh, from the concrete slab to all the PPD, which stands for patio, porches, driveways, anything extra outside of the slab. As a real estate agent, I've done over $20 million in volume, about 70 plus transactions, which over 8 years are not large numbers. But I do want to remind you I've had a W 2 job the entire time. And to this point, I've done it on the side, part time, on the weekends, in the evenings, and as time was allowed, essentially. Um, I've been a flipper, so I've done 8 flips, and I have one in progress right now that I want to actually bring you through, help you understand what to avoid, what costly mistakes you can run into. And there's a lot of people out there on YouTube sharing their stories on this stuff, and I think there's a lot of great education. I am giving you my holistic view, and I want you to understand that it's not always a pretty path to progress, but a path to progress is better than no progress. I want to share all the times that I've lost money, I've made money, and the emotional toll it takes and the financial toll it takes. It is a journey and it is a learning curve. So learn from my mistakes, watch these videos. We'll go in depth into some of these deals I've done. I'm also an investor. I've had at any given time up to 10 rentals. I'm currently at 6 rentals, one duplex, and 5 single family homes. And that's really a primary focus of these videos will be how to get to that end goal of being the investor, holding on to the assets, and truly building generational wealth, or getting to the into the position or have the ability to quit your W 2 job. So those are kind of my four buckets: concrete business slash building business I've had, which I will not continue much any longer, right? All the gray hairs I have all came from building. Flipping, which I do believe is a great source of short term income. There's numerous ways to get there. Real estate agent or real estate professional. Um, so much upside here, right? And it's like Gary Keller says, it's a cumulative business, it's a snowball. After 8 years, I'm to a point where I feel like it's sustainable, but it does take time to build your SOI or sphere of influence, the people you know, the people that refer business to you. Um, and it takes time to actually stabilize that business. And then the investor side. And the whole point of my channel is to get you to the investor bucket or the investor quadrant where you are the owner of your time, which is our most valuable asset, obviously. So, a little bit about me. Let me back up. Got the four buckets. We'll dive in deeply into each bucket. My videos will go through deals I've done. I have experience in seller finance, subject to, buying with cash, pre foreclosures, borrowing private money, and the whole slew of ways to acquire properties. Uh, and I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of ADHD with my style. And so I like to try, test, and fail, frankly. And I have done a lot of that. So that's the whole point of the channel, right? To make sure that you don't make those same mistakes. But all four of those categories is where we will go. But to back up, born and raised in Northwest Arkansas. Uh, I grew up playing sports, going to church, participating in numerous activities. I am a fairly active person. Love competition when it comes to sports. Razorback football fan, and the sorts. I do play competitive kickball. That is a 10-year running tradition, and I love it. It sounds so childish, but it keeps me young. It keeps me in shape, and I treat it like a workout every time. Um, After high school, I did join the military. Decided to go out for an adventure, if you will. I spent 3.5 years in Germany. Did a 6 month tour in Afghanistan. Would not trade that time for anything. I learned a lot of valuable experiences, understood that we're capable of much more than we think we are capable of. I came back and went to college. The only reason I went to college was to be the first one to graduate in my family. I don't know why. It's like a chip on the shoulder. Had to do it. I really enjoyed college. I showed up to learn every single day, every single class. I did not treat college like a grade or a pass or fail. I treated it as if I needed to learn as much as I possibly could. And I think that's the best way to treat most things in this life. And school really should be about learning, taking things away, and applying it. Quick story from the college days. I was taking Mr. Greenlaw's business law class at the University of Arkansas, and it inspired me. And we were going over how to create a corporation or LLC or S corp, and I thought to myself, this is not very hard, and this seems very simple, straightforward. I'm going to figure it out. And my concrete company actually started that day in that classroom, hearing Mr. Greenlaw, or maybe Greenhall. Um, it's been a few years since I've graduated college, but hearing him talk about it and me executing it, I think that's the whole purpose of college. That gives us the opportunity to test things, and it was a great test. I ran a concrete business for 4 years. I learned a lot very quickly. I failed very quickly. I succeeded very quickly. A lot of things went right. A lot of things went wrong. Ultimately, I saw that as a huge uh, learning bucket of my life, if you will. 4 years spent in the concrete business, a lot of tests, a lot of trials, and a lot of learning. And I'll go through some of those details, obviously, when we get into those buckets. Now, after college, I did start, I had the concrete business going. At that point in time, I was also a licensed real estate agent. So I studied finance with a concentration in real estate at the University of Arkansas. Loved it, had a passion for it immediately. And so I got my license. I was a licensed agent, I was a licensed general contractor, and I was also working my W-2 job in the hotel industry. So I was very very busy, right? And we'll get into some of the pros and cons of being busy at that age. Obviously, not everybody at every age can do that, and it always impacts people beyond the financial aspect. It affects and impacts your family. It affects and impacts your spiritual life, your emotional life, and you do have to take those things into consideration